Stoicism is an ancient Greek philosophy that focuses on virtue, wisdom, and the pursuit of tranquility through acceptance and understanding of the natural world. Founded by Zeno of Citium around 300 BCE, Stoicism teaches that the path to happiness lies not in external circumstances, but in how we react to them. At its core, it emphasizes the importance of mastering our emotions, developing inner peace, and aligning our will with nature. In today's world, Stoicism offers a unique toolkit for handling interpersonal issues, especially in a time when emotions often run high and misunderstandings are rampant. Modern relationships, whether personal, professional, or social, are complicated by differing viewpoints, competing interests, and heightened emotions. Stoic principles provide clarity and a means to maintain equanimity, even when others act in ways that might be frustrating, hurtful, or challenging. This timeless wisdom can guide us toward deeper understanding, stronger connections, and peaceful resolutions. In this article, we will explore 8 Stoic tips for improving interactions with others. These tips are not just theoretical, they are practical and actionable strategies that, when applied, can transform the way we handle conflicts and relationships. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we can navigate the complexities of human interaction with more patience, insight, and compassion. But first, let's dive into the first piece of advice: understanding what is within your control. One of the central tenets of Stoic philosophy is distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. According to the Stoics, we should focus our energy only on those things we can influence, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, and accept with grace everything else. This distinction between internal and external is crucial, especially in dealing with interpersonal issues. When we encounter difficult people or challenging situations, it's easy to become frustrated, angry, or upset, especially when we feel that the actions of others are unfair or unreasonable. Stoicism teaches us, however, that we cannot control the behavior or attitudes of others. What we can control is our response to these behaviors. When we focus on our own actions and reactions, we remove much of the frustration that stems from trying to control the uncontrollable. For example, imagine you're in a heated discussion with a colleague who refuses to listen to your point of view. Instead of becoming upset, blaming the other person for their lack of understanding, or trying to force them to agree with you, Stoicism advises that you focus on how you respond. You may choose to remain calm, to listen carefully, or to respectfully express your feelings. By doing so, you take charge of your emotional state, rather than letting the behavior of others dictate how you feel. Focusing on what is within your control in interpersonal interactions helps you avoid unnecessary frustration and conflict. It provides a sense of empowerment because it reminds you that you always have the ability to control your own reactions. This Stoic principle sets the stage for the next tip, which deals with how we can respond more effectively to others by cultivating empathy. Empathy is a vital element of Stoic thought, even though the Stoics often emphasized reason over emotion. Understanding others is central to developing virtuous relationships. The Stoics believe that we are all part of a larger, interconnected whole, and that recognizing the humanity in others, no matter how difficult their behavior may seem, is crucial to cultivating peace and understanding. One of the most powerful Stoic exercises involves considering situations from other people's perspectives. When we make the effort to understand the experiences, emotions, and challenges that others face, we often gain valuable insights into their behavior. A person who is acting angrily may be struggling with their own fears, insecurities, or external pressures. By putting ourselves in their shoes, we can more easily avoid taking their actions personally or feeling unnecessarily hurt or frustrated. This practice of empathy can dramatically change the way we perceive conflict. Instead of viewing another person's actions as an attack or a personal affront, we begin to recognize them as expressions of their own struggles or needs. This shift in perspective allows us to approach the situation with compassion and patience, rather than defensiveness or aggression. By seeing the world through their eyes, we can engage more effectively and navigate challenging situations with grace. In the next section, we will explore how this practice of empathy can lead to powerful personal transformation, allowing us to respond with wisdom and clarity, even in the most difficult interactions. Empathy, as the Stoics understood, is not just about understanding others, it's about transforming ourselves in the process. One of the most powerful pieces of Stoic wisdom is the concept of detachment. The Stoics understood that our peace of mind is often disturbed by the way we emotionally invest in external events, especially the actions of others. When someone criticizes us, acts rudely, or behaves in a way we don't like, it can be all too easy to take it personally and allow it to affect our emotional state. But the Stoics teach us that much of what others do is not about us at all. Instead, it's about their own thoughts, feelings, or circumstances. Epictetus, one of the leading Stoic philosophers, famously said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This insight reflects the Stoic understanding that the behaviors of others are outside our control, and therefore, we shouldn't allow them to determine our emotional responses. When we take things personally, we inadvertently give away our power to others. In effect, we let their actions dictate our inner state, often leading to frustration, anger, or sadness. By refusing to internalize others' behaviors, we can maintain emotional stability and reduce unnecessary turmoil. For instance, if a friend forgets about an important commitment you made together, instead of taking it as a personal slight, you could recognize that their forgetfulness likely reflects their own circumstances. Perhaps they are overwhelmed or distracted by their own issues. By understanding this, you can respond with greater clarity and composure, rather than reacting impulsively or letting the situation cloud your emotional well-being. This Stoic practice of detachment is crucial in relationships, as it frees us from the constant cycle of emotional reactivity. It allows us to preserve our peace, regardless of external circumstances. This understanding of non-reactivity sets the stage for our next tip, which emphasizes the importance of controlling how we respond in challenging moments. Patience is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy and an essential skill for managing interpersonal relationships. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, often wrote about the importance of cultivating patience in his meditations. For him, patience was not a passive quality, but an active and deliberate choice to remain calm and measured, regardless of the circumstances. Patience, in the Stoic sense, involves taking a moment to reflect before reacting impulsively. It's the practice of pausing to consider the most thoughtful and constructive response to a situation, rather than simply reacting based on raw emotion or impulse. This idea is beautifully captured in Marcus Aurelius's writings. How much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbour says, or does, or thinks, but only to what he does himself. The wisdom here is that by exercising patience, we allow ourselves the space to choose how we will respond, rather than being swept away by emotional reactions or the behaviour of others. The contrast between reacting impulsively and responding thoughtfully is stark. Impulsive reactions, driven by emotions such as anger, frustration, or defensiveness, often escalate conflicts and lead to regret. In contrast, responding with patience allows us to step back, assess the situation, and choose a response that aligns with our values and long-term goals. Patience doesn't mean passivity, it means choosing the right moment and the right way to act. By practicing patience, we create the space for deeper understanding and connection in our relationships. Responding with patience, rather than reacting out of frustration, can diffuse tense situations and foster greater harmony. It also shows others that we are in control of our own emotions, which can inspire them to do the same. In the next section, we'll explore how the combination of patience and empathy can not only prevent conflicts, but also lead to stronger, more meaningful relationships. One of the most significant teachings of Stoicism is the importance of living authentically, in alignment with your true values, rather than seeking external validation. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius emphasize that happiness comes not from others' opinions, but from acting in accordance with our principles and moral values. They believe that if we allow our worth to be defined by the approval of others, we hand over control of our peace and self-respect to external forces that are beyond our control. In today's world, many of us find ourselves in constant pursuit of validation, whether through social media, the approval of our peers, or meeting societal expectations. This external validation can often lead to frustration and conflict in our relationships, as we try to mold ourselves into the image others desire, rather than embracing our true selves. The Stoic response to this is to focus on living in accordance with our values and principles. When we base our actions on what is right, rather than what others think of us, we experience a profound sense of inner peace. For example, if you live according to your values of honesty and integrity, you will find that external criticism or praise has less power over you. If someone disagrees with your actions, but you know you've acted in alignment with your principles, you won't feel the need to defend or justify yourself. This reduces unnecessary conflict in relationships, as you become less reliant on others' approval and more focused on maintaining your own sense of self-respect. By choosing to live authentically, we not only create peace within ourselves, but also lead by example, which can inspire others to do the same. When our actions align with our beliefs, we cultivate a sense of integrity and self-respect that brings inner calm and harmony to our relationships. This practice of living according to your values naturally leads to the next important Stoic principle: honesty and integrity. Honesty and integrity are foundational to Stoic philosophy, and they play a crucial role in building strong, meaningful relationships. Epictetus and Seneca, two of the most prominent Stoic thinkers, both emphasize the importance of truthfulness, not only as a moral imperative, but also as a path to personal peace and social harmony. Stoicism teaches that being true to oneself and others, especially in difficult situations, cultivates trust and deepens connections. In relationships, honesty and integrity are vital. When we speak and act truthfully, we build trust, which is the cornerstone of any healthy interaction. By contrast, dishonesty or deceit may offer short-term relief, but it leads to long-term dissatisfaction and erodes trust, creating barriers between people. The Stoics believed that integrity wasn't just about telling the truth in obvious situations, but about aligning our thoughts, words, and actions. When we act in accordance with our principles, regardless of external pressures, we create consistency in our relationships, which fosters respect and reliability. Consider a situation where you're in conflict with a friend or colleague. If you approach the situation with honesty, sharing your true feelings in a respectful, non-confrontational way, you create an environment where mutual understanding can flourish. While this may not always lead to an immediate resolution, honesty allows for clearer communication and a foundation upon which both parties can build trust. By practicing integrity, we not only show respect for others, but also for ourselves, reinforcing the peace we've cultivated through living authentically. The Stoic belief in honesty suggests that when we are truthful, even in challenging moments, we act with courage and clarity. In doing so, we pave the way for deeper and more meaningful connections. This honesty strengthens relationships and allows us to build resilience, which will be discussed in the next section. By developing resilience, we are better equipped to navigate difficulties and preserve our inner peace in the face of adversity. For the Stoics, adversity was not something to be feared or avoided, but an opportunity for growth. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about how challenges and setbacks were the raw material from which we can build strength, resilience, and wisdom. According to Stoic philosophy, adversity is a chance to practice our virtues: patience, courage, temperance, and wisdom, and to show our ability to maintain inner peace even when external circumstances are chaotic. In interpersonal relationships, resilience plays a key role in how we respond to conflicts or difficult situations. When we face challenges with resilience, we don't become overwhelmed by negative emotions like anger, frustration, or despair. Instead, we view adversity as an opportunity to practice calmness and control. For example, if a friend betrays you or a colleague undermines your efforts, rather than reacting with bitterness or retaliation, resilience allows you to step back, evaluate the situation, and choose a more measured response. In this way, we don't let the actions of others dictate our emotional state. Building resilience doesn't mean suppressing emotions or pretending that difficulties don't affect us. Rather, it's about acknowledging those emotions and choosing not to be controlled by them. This Stoic strength enables us to endure hardships with dignity, maintain our integrity, and remain calm and composed even in the face of adversity. The power of resilience lies in its ability to transform obstacles into opportunities for growth. Cultivating resilience also fosters stronger relationships. When others see that we can endure challenges without losing our temper or giving up, they are more likely to trust us and respect us. Resilience builds a foundation of stability and reliability, making us a steady and dependable presence in the lives of those around us. And as we continue to strengthen our resilience, we will find that even the most chaotic interactions can be navigated with grace and poise. In the next section, we will explore how resilience and patience work together to foster deeper connections and lasting peace. Stoic philosophy is often associated with personal virtue and self-control, but it also has powerful implications for leadership and the way we interact with others. Both Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, two of the most well-known Stoics, emphasized the importance of leading by example. For them, leadership wasn't about power or authority. It was about embodying the values you wish to see in others and creating a ripple effect of positive influence through your actions. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflects on the idea that our behavior, our words, actions, and attitudes sets the tone for those around us. By acting with wisdom, patience, and compassion, we naturally influence the people in our lives. People often look to role models for guidance, consciously or unconsciously, adopting behaviors and attitudes they see in others. Therefore, if we embody Stoic virtues like calmness, integrity, and resilience, we inspire those around us to adopt those same qualities. In this way, we become a beacon of positive influence. The Stoics believed that the best way to influence others is not by preaching or forcing our views, but by living them. When we consistently demonstrate Stoic principles in our daily interactions, we create an environment where others feel encouraged to do the same. This approach doesn't just improve personal relationships, but it has the potential to foster a collective growth mindset within a community or workplace. Imagine a workplace where every individual leads by example, acting with patience and integrity. Over time, this collective influence can reduce conflicts, promote collaboration, and create a more harmonious environment. But leading by example doesn't stop at individual relationships. It creates a culture that encourages mutual respect and personal development for everyone involved. Could this kind of influence transform not just your personal relationships, but also your broader community? The answer may surprise you. As we consider the power of Stoicism in our relationships, mindfulness and reflection emerge as vital tools for deepening our practice of these principles. Mindfulness, being fully present in the moment, enhances our ability to apply Stoic wisdom in real time. By staying attuned to our emotions, thoughts, and reactions, We can recognize when we are being influenced by external circumstances or emotional triggers, and choose to respond with calmness and clarity. Regular reflection, a key Stoic practice, is equally important in improving our interpersonal skills. By taking time to reflect on our interactions, especially the challenging ones, we can better understand our own behavior as well as the behavior of others. This introspection helps us identify areas where we can improve and where we've succeeded in applying Stoic principles like patience, empathy, and non-reactivity. For example, after a difficult conversation with a colleague, we might take a few minutes to reflect on how we responded. Did we remain calm, or did we react impulsively? Did we listen attentively, or did we interrupt? Reflection helps us pinpoint our strengths and weaknesses, allowing us to adjust our behavior for future interactions. In this way, mindfulness and reflection serve as ongoing practices that reinforce the Stoic tips we've discussed. By incorporating mindfulness into our daily lives, we become more aware of the impact our actions and reactions have on others. This awareness deepens our understanding of interpersonal dynamics and strengthens our relationships. In the next section, we will explore how these Stoic practices not only transform our personal lives, but also lead to a more meaningful, connected existence in the modern world. In a fast-paced, ever-changing world, the Stoic principles we've discussed provide a timeless framework for navigating the complexities of human relationships. From focusing on what we can control to practicing empathy, honesty, and resilience, Stoicism offers practical tools for reducing interpersonal conflict and enhancing our personal well-being. These 8 Stoic tips are not just abstract ideals, they are actionable strategies that can transform the way we approach both our internal struggles and our interactions with others. By applying Stoic wisdom, we can create healthier, more peaceful relationships, where we are not at the mercy of external circumstances, but instead empowered to lead with patience, empathy, and integrity. The principles of Stoicism also encourage a deeper sense of self-awareness and mindfulness, helping us continually refine our responses and improve our interpersonal skills. But perhaps the most profound aspect of Stoicism is its ability to shift our focus from seeking external validation to cultivating internal peace. When we live according to our values and lead by example, we not only transform our own relationships, but can inspire others to do the same. As we practice Stoicism, we contribute to a culture of collective growth and mutual respect, an environment where each individual has the potential to thrive. In the face of the modern world's distractions and challenges, Stoic wisdom remains as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. So as you move forward, I challenge you to ask yourself, how can you apply Stoic principles in your own life to not only improve your relationships, but also become a positive influence on those around you? The answers may reveal profound opportunities for growth and transformation,